Bums Media presents In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley. He's just plain Rob from the Stark Naked Truth, and I'm just Ashley
from the Beer Cave
right here. You can follow us on Twitter at Bums Media, that's with a Z, and on Instagram, Beach Bums Media. Or you can search us out In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley on YouTube, Facebook, and the podcast platform Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Google Play. Or you can just Google us and you'll find us.
Yeah. Make sure you put with Rob and Ashley.
With Rob and Ashley. Rob's email is robspc@bumsmedia. bums@gmail.com, BUMZ@gmail. And you can email me here at the show, beachbumsmedia@gmail.com. And hey, don't forget our studio line, which is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 850-588-9275. And I was testing that earlier today, and it seems like it picked up some volume.
Really nice.
Wow, sounds louder to me. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't do anything. Anyway, any comments, stories you want to share, give a call. If we're not here on the air, leave a message. We'll get it. And name, number, and we'll probably give you a call back. And our bumper music today is provided by bensound.com.
Bless him. Okay. Happy birthday!
I made it!
This guy. 60 years old today. Look at this. I like those. I didn't have to put the beer goggles on him. He's got his 60 glasses on him.
Thank you, Lydia.
Yeah.
I told you I was going to do it. Normally I have my glasses off but I can't see. So I'm 60. I have some thoughts on that in a moment.
Okay.
So just share with everybody. So you'll have to bear with me on that. And don't call it old age. He's forgetting stuff. Well, okay, I do.
Well, it happens. But at 60, like you said, you got more medical equipment here. Your foot's still...
I'm still in the cam boot.
Still in the cam boot.
For the next 4 weeks. I have a knee walker that's out of camera shot right now, and a cane. And...
Say, you were working that cane yesterday, though. You were working it.
I have to keep pressure off that left foot.
No, I mean, you were like, swashbuckling.
Oh, yeah.
That cane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So a cane is more of a toy than a tool to him right now.
I open doors with it. Get out! Like, come
the old man coming, shut up.
And the state of Florida has given me a temporary handicap placard.
Going to get the best parking spaces in town.
So who wants to go shopping? Because you're going to want to invite me.
Who wants to go to the Walmarts? Give Ashley a call.
The first place I used it was at the bank the other day.
Yeah, nice. I figured it'd be the Dollar General to get another 18-pack.
No, not yet. I had to drop some paperwork off at the bank, so I just said, you know what, that space is available. Let me just hobble in real quick. Patsy at Innovations, I love you. Thank you very much for all your help.
Well, I had my bout with gout.
Yeah.
And last night I was walking out of the bathroom, and I had the lights off, which is usually not a problem.
But you stubbed that one toe?
I stubbed the crap out of my big toe, and I'm limping again today. It feels like it's on fire. I don't know if I chipped a bone, that little, just the tip of, but man,
No, it's almost like you took it and jammed it about halfway back.
That was just the very tip of my toe.
I know, but it feels like you jammed it all the way back up into your foot, like it's a little nub sticking
up into your gut. Is what it felt like.
Oh, hey, been there, done that. Wait till you go move a staircase.
Yeah.
So try moving a staircase.
So now I gotta be on my feet for 8 hours later today, and I'm limping like I had the gout, but it's just that one little part of my toe.
I kicked the staircase yesterday.
Oh.
With guess what foot?
Yeah, of course.
The cam boot.
Yeah. It's our both of our left feet. I don't know what it is.
Well, thank God. Well, you have a clutch. I don't.
Well, so that's true.
That sucks.
This isn't the gout. The gout. The clutch bothered the gout. This isn't bothering the clutch. It just hurts.
Yeah,
it just throbs.
It's tough. On a big truck, that clutch has like 30 pounds of pressure on it. I would never be able to drive. Anyway, we're on the live feed down here. We got the video going over here, but we get a lot of Facebook likes.
Yeah.
And our page is growing. Thank you all very much.
Yes.
It is growing, the likes. And I try to send something all the time to those that like it. So I try to stay up on the social media. But there's one guy that keeps giving us that mean, sad,
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
emoji guy.
what's up with that?
What's that? The big red face with the
Yeah.
scowl? Is that the mean one?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
He's like he's unhappy. He's
Yeah,
angry
yeah.
with us.
Dale H. I'm not
Okay.
going to say his last name. Y'all, if y'all look. Anyway, he's always, for the last 2 or 3 weeks, gives us that mean red-faced emoji guy.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't understand. I sent you a Facebook message asking why.
What are we doing?
Well, what are we doing? Why are you upset with us? Why would you want to do that? Now, I know that we can't please everybody.
Of course.
But we try to entertain everybody. But I don't know why you get so upset with our page. And I've sent you a message on Messenger. You didn't reply. Please send us an email, beachbumsmedia@gmail.com. Give us a call, 850-588-9275, or message us on Messenger and let us know. I'm trying to reach out. I'm curious to why you're doing this.
Yeah, I mean, constructive criticism is always. I've been in broadcasting my entire life.
I'm curious, and I want to know.
If I'm doing something you don't like, let me know what it is. Now, if I disagree with you, but maybe there's something I can tweak or change a little bit.
Did we do a story on a relative?
Right. Yeah.
What? Were you the one in jail?
Were you the one?
I don't know, but anyway, I'm just curious, and I know we can't please everybody, but obviously he's seen the show.
Yeah.
And
we do on multiple occasions.
We do advertise on Facebook, and we boost the post to get a reaching out, and we have a lot of followers, and we want to thank everybody that likes our page and follows it from the bottom of our heart. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, you can share it go to YouTube, watch it again, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and share that too.
Tell your friends and family. It's in the beer cave, and I've had to tell my dad. I said, just Ashley calls his basically man cave the beer cave, but we're out here sitting drinking beers and getting drunk, and it's nothing nefarious like that at all.
And everybody asks me, or not everybody, but a lot of people ask me, why do you call it the beer cave and not the man cave? Well, it's not really a man cave per se, because a man cave depicts that it's just men only.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This is the beer cave where everybody could enjoy it. Not only just you and me, and my wife and I. We sit out here. This is our den.
Yeah.
A garage is our den, but grandkids enjoy it. Our children, our grown children, when they come over, enjoy it. So everybody enjoys it. So it's just the beer cave.
And his motorized chair, that's the king's throne.
That's right, and it's very comfortable.
And then you got Dee's queen's throne over here, which is kind of an office chair. It's very comfortable.
Yeah. And on the other side of that, it's got my motorcycle, which I can't ride. Dad,
right now. But anyway, no, it's it's a great place, and I mean,
it's cozy.
It is, and it's one of those places that I know you can only see what's behind us, but this whole,
trust me, this is the best shot.
Yeah, but it's got license plates, tags. It's got weather maps and NASCAR paraphernalia.
Oh, you can't see it, but up here is Inez, our housekeeper, with the little French.
Yeah, the little French costume.
The French maid costume hanging on a mannequin up there. That's Inez, and she comes on Mondays.
And somewhere there's an Alabama flag, but there's no place to hang it.
No place to hang the Alabama. It's still foldable on the table over there. I'm going to cover the grill. I'm going to cover the grill.
Cover the grill. Thank you very much. Well, after last week's performance, you probably deserved it.
Well, I was going to do something first, but we'll go ahead and do it this first. I turned 60.
Yes.
Today's the day.
Yeah.
And I was talking with my mom earlier, and as of about 7:20 this morning, I'm 60 in several hours now.
Right.
If you'll bear with me for a minute, it's going to be fun.
Okay.
I was having a conversation with myself the other day about turning 60. I've never turned 60 before.
It only happens once in everybody's life.
My dad never made it past 53.
Oh, wow.
His dad did not make 47.
Oh, goodness.
So this is a very big milestone in my life, like no other. So never take a day for granted. Tell those around you love them every day. The next hour is never guaranteed. nor the next day or year. So now, having said that, don't let aging get you down. It's too hard to get back up.
It's not for sissies. Yep.
I'm so old, I walk into an antique shop and they sold me. You know you're getting old when you can't walk past a bathroom without thinking, "While I'm here."
All right.
You know you're old when you turn down the lights to be economically instead of romantic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Old age is happy hour when you're taking a nap.
Yes, I've learned the value of naps in my older age. Yeah.
With age comes skills. It's called multitasking.
Yeah.
Now I can laugh, cough, sneeze, fart, and pee at the same time.
At the same time. That's right.
The best part of being 60 is that I did all my stupid stuff before the internet. And folks, that is true.
That is the truth. Yeah.
And you know you're 60 when you're in the elevator and your favorite song comes on.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're singing along to it, even though it's just the music. You know all the lyrics. But here's my best piece of advice. Jack Nicholson, I'm sorry, gave this piece of advice to Morgan Freeman in the movie Bucket List.
Yeah.
At our age, never trust a fart or waste a boner.
That's right. That's right. And Liz, thank you. That's it. I'm not saying anything else on that.
I know the background to that particular slice of information.
I have a black market drug dealer.
Hookup.
All right, today is, well, actually, since we're a day late, and we're sorry we're a day late, but yesterday we had a scheduling conflict and I had computer issues. I got a vicious malware on one of the computers that we use here in the studio, and it took it out. And the guy came and picked it up, Jay, and had it fixed in about 3 hours. I got it back yesterday, but I had to go and reload everything from memory because some old fart forgot to back the computer up last week.
Which one was that?
I don't know.
By the way, who's on? I can't see. I love my
Jack,
name.
Jack Millen says, "Good morning, Rob."
Oh, Jack Millen.
And,
Hey, Jack.
Tammy McCammett. Good morning, guys. Good morning to you.
Tammy McCormick.
Is it McCamant? Okay.
McCammett. Okay, that's him. Okay.
Hi, Tammy. Well, good morning.
I know a couple.
And
of
I got
Tammys,
old glasses with bifocals on. I still can't see that. Anyway, hey, thanks for tuning in on the live feed this morning. Yesterday was Friday the 15th. It was National I Love Lucy Day. Who doesn't love Lucy? And it was also National Grouch Day.
I met one of those the other day at Dick's Sporting Goods.
And it's also actually National Bosses Day. But actually, Bosses Day is the 16th, which is today. But since today's Saturday,
they celebrate
on Friday. So not only is it my birthday, it's Bosses Day.
Well, you know, there are some bosses I've had that I celebrate, and there are some bosses I've had that I just say, you know what?
Yeah, have a nice
whatever.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, today, the 16th, is National Sports Day. And I understand there's going to be some really good college football action later on today.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens after the Texas A&M loss last week with Alabama. I think they're playing Mississippi State today.
Yeah, I don't know who they're playing, but Georgia's playing. I don't know who they are. We'll tune on. I think those are the late afternoon games.
Yeah.
They are. So, and then also National Liqueur Day. Sunday, the 17th, will be National Mulligan Day. There you go. You got to remember that.
Well, we all need mulligans, not just on the golf course once in a while. Sometimes we need some do-overs here and there.
And then Monday, October the 18th, is not only my youngest sister's birthday, she was my 6th birthday present. So, early happy birthday, Johanna. National No Beard Day, and I can assure you she doesn't have one.
Well, the 18th Monday would have been my mom's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it would have been my mom's birthday. Should have been 76 this year,
wow.
but she passed back in November.
Well,
but
still remember Mom.
Absolutely.
And it's National Clean Your Virtual Desktop Day.
Okay. Well,
so now you have a job. You got one job.
Got one job.
One job.
2 computers, 1 job. Okay,
and
gotcha.
I'm going to do that because after I just went through. Tuesday, National Kentucky Day and Seafood Biscuit Day.
I like seafood bits.
I do too. And I don't know, but just between you and me and y'all, I think Dee's taking me out to get oysters.
Ah, today. Ah.
Wednesday is going to be National Chicken and Waffle Day. I could go with that.
Yeah,
I could do that.
You know, when I first heard about chicken and waffles years and years ago when I moved to the Southeast, I thought, what a strange combination. That I actually had chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like having the sausage with the syrup.
Yeah.
You know,
I could do that.
Yeah, it's actually a good combination. It'll fill you up in a heartbeat.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Lots of carbs.
That's all right. Thursdays will be National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day. Not too sure about that.
Yeah, I could.
And then National Reptile Awareness Day. And let me tell you something. I'm aware of reptiles. If there's a snake coming up right here, he's going to be a dead one.
Well, if there's a snake coming up, there's going to be a Rob-shaped hole in one of these walls.
I'll try to get that door down as fast as I can.
Yeah, thank you.
And get Buddy the General on the job out here.
I mean, the little lizards don't bother me. In fact, I saw one little guy just scoot along.
Oh, the gecko?
Yeah, the little geckos.
It's like gecko nirvana going on.
Yeah, man.
They're everywhere.
It's like Woodstock here in Ashley's driveway with the geckos.
Anyway.
It's just disturbing when one of them looks at you and says, 15 minutes can save you 15%.
Every one of them does that. They're all auditioning for a commercial. Now we got to do now is call that company and see if they're going to pay us some money.
Exactly.
Well, and now it's time for the odd news. And now,
this is the section of the program where we start the music and we both lean over out of the shot so we can have a drink of whatever we're drinking.
from around the globe and across the nation, from your state and possibly your city or right down your street, it's Odd News of the Week you may have missed and may want to know about it. It's sponsored by Biker's Edge and Sandy Bottom Beach Rentals. Hopefully these are going to be good because I had a fun time reading through these. Frustrated with her husband's repeated broken promises to care for his prized fish, an Indonesian woman decided to cook his pet arowana to protest his laziness.
How big was this?
I don't know. Pretty good fillet from the picture I saw.
Huh.
A viral TikTok video shared on October the 8th with more than 6 million views shows the user Maya scaling and seasoning the freshwater fish before deep frying it. My husband kept promising to clean the aquarium after I told him to. I thought it would be delicious if I fried it. Ending the 20-second video and by crossing her thumb and index finger in a heart gesture, she wrote in an accompanying text, "Already cooked and ready to eat."
Huh. How did it taste? Did she say?
In the comments, well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
They were in the comments. Netizens were shocked by her actions, with some leaving messages of support for her husband's loss. I'm sorry about your fish.
The fish was in a dirty tank. Come on, the fish was suffering too then.
She said that her husband is looking into buying another one and has forgiven her for killing his pet fish. The Asian arowana is commonly named as a dragonfish, is prized as a symbol of wealth and prosperity in countries such as China and Japan.
I've never heard of such a fish, honestly.
I haven't either. Coveted for its glimmering scales and supposedly spiritual aurora, this luxurious ornamental fish is rumored to sell for up to $300,000.
And he forgave her for that. Okay. And he's gonna buy another one. So this is a man of means, apparently.
Since the Asian arowana is listed as an endangered species under the International Union for the Conservation of Nature Red List, a license is required to import it to Singapore, where they're from.
Well, if it's endangered, wouldn't she have gotten in trouble for
Seems
killing
to me
and
she should
cooking it?
have been arrested.
Yeah, I mean, if it's an endangered, I mean, you can't kill and cook
But maybe it's not endangered where they're at in the
tank.
Singapore where they're
Oh,
at.
yeah.
So
Well,
if you have prized
Well-
fish and your wife asks you to clean the tank, and if you don't want to see them filleted, fried, and served,
I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it tasted good with a little tartar sauce, maybe some lemons,
Hey.
wedges on the side.
I know it tastes like chicken.
Tastes like. Hey, if it tastes like grouper or snapper, I'm right there with you there, darling.
And from Golden, British Columbia, Ruth Hamilton was sound asleep last week when she was awoke by her dog barking, the sound of a crash through her ceiling, and the feeling of debris in her face. She said she jumped out of the bed and turned on the light to figure out what happened and discovered a hole in her ceiling above her head.
Wow.
I've never been so scared in my life, she said. I wasn't sure what to do, so I called 911, and when I spoke with the operator, I flipped over my pillow and saw that a rock had slipped between my pillows.
A rock.
A police officer was immediately sent to investigate. Initially, the officer suspected it was debris from a construction site on a nearby highway. He called the site, and they said they hadn't done any blasting, but they had seen an explosion in the sky, and right then and there it was realized it was a meteorite.
Oh, wow.
They concluded it must have been a fragment from a meteor shower that took place earlier that night.
But you know what that means for her? That's worth some bucks.
Oh, yeah.
That's worth some cash. Yeah.
She said when the officer left, she couldn't go back to sleep. Well, hell, who could go back to sleep after having a meteorite almost?
Crush your head.
Yeah, and how'd they get between two pillows?
Yeah, yeah.
She must have rolled over at the boom. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
Obvious to say she was in shock. She just sat there for a few hours. The odds of that happening are so small. I'm just grateful to be alive.
Well, like I said, if she knows anything about meteorites, they're very magnetized. They're very rare, and depending on how big it is, she'll have more than enough money to fix that roof and have some left over.
Well, her insurance company has inspected the damage, and now she's just focused on getting it fixed. My question is, will the insurance company seize the property that did the damage since a claim has been filed? I don't know. It's in British Columbia. Have no clue.
Yeah, I hope they don't, because I mean,
but it would be a cool artifact to have.
Yeah.
On a little stand somewhere in your living room. Yeah, that about killed me one day.
Yeah.
Came through my roof.
Yeah, came through the roof. Hit
From
me,
outer space.
Hit me in my pillow.
Yep.
Slept
me in my pillow.
slept with it for a couple hours. don't mind this third eye I got now.
It was radiation. Losing clumps of hair too.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about this one because I do like Waffle House from time to time.
Yeah, I do too.
It was a frightening moment for a customer after he said a waitress at a Waffle House pointed a gun at his head after a dispute over the food.
Isn't that
She was like, she will blow my brains out. Candy Franklin said an argument with a waitress over food sizzled out of control early Wednesday morning in Atlanta. It all happened over cheese eggs.
Cheese eggs.
At first, they didn't bring them to me. Then they brought me normal eggs, and I noticed I ordered eggs with cheese on it. I tipped her and everything. It was all normal. It was a normal dispute over food. I never in a million years thought it would come to gun violence. I was looking down at my food, making sure it was right, and that's when I saw people running. I looked up, and she had a gun.
The waitress.
The waitress.
Ha!
I didn't think she would shoot, and that's when she pulled the cock back.
Oh, man.
I was like, maybe it's about to do something now. It's time for me to turn into Rambo and get out. Atlanta police confirmed they are investigating the incident. I was fearing for my life because I've been shot before, and I just lost a brother to gun violence. And then now I'm going, all that's going through my mind. A representative from Waffle House says, we have received a customer complaint, and we've launched an investigation.
Well,
I would hate to think she ordered the eggs over easy and got fried.
Yeah. You said you wanted your hash browns scattered, covered, and smothered? Mm-mm.
Take them like we're serving them, lady. They must have had some good eggs and cheese in there. It's never been that serious. So watch out for the Waffle House on Marietta Street in downtown Atlanta. The waitresses are back in iron.
Well, you know, and the thing is with Waffle House, the only thing they do when you order cheese eggs, they'll scramble your eggs and they'll just basically put a little pad of American cheese, like a cheese slice on top of it.
And then mix it up a little bit and melt it.
That's all you got to do. Ma'am, I needed cheese. Okay, I will get you some. Not.
You want ketchup? You want ketchup? I'll get you some ketchup.
You say you want some cheese? I got your cheese.
Woo, that's dangerous. Be careful what you order for.
I said, no, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah.
A little salt and pepper would be fine.
No, I wouldn't even add, unless it's not, you know.
Unless it's not, yeah.
You got the gun. I'm good.
Yeah. I'll eat them with my fingers, ma'am. There's no fork. I'll just go ahead and.
The tip wasn't big enough. I'm sorry. And from Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
Pawtucket. Yeah.
You could say that Charles Kendrick was naked and not afraid.
I'm just embracing myself for this one. Naked and not afraid.
Mr. Kendrick was playing a video game around 2 a.m., playing Grand Theft Auto, funny enough. Kendrick was heard a grinding sound like something was getting cut, so he went to investigate. I'm naked in my house. I'm relaxing. I come out of the house naked, and sure enough, there's somebody under my car. Mr. Kendrick approached the man, and the situation escalated. He started swinging the sawzall at me. Okay, you're naked, outside, investigating, and some dude's under your car with a sawzall.
Yeah, okay, watch out for certain appendages. Don't want to be swinging certain things around while he's got the sawzall.
I started fighting with the guy, wrestling with him. He ends up elbowing me, but I still grabbed onto him, and I ended up getting his phone. I gave it to the cops. The thief stole Kendrick's catalytic converter, which is a emissions control device containing precious and valuable metals like palladium and rhodium.
Yeah, I mean catalytic converters
they're expensive.
That's
they got valuable stuff.
When you junk your car, if you got a car that's just not running, it's not worth fixing, and you sell
the catalytic converter.
But if you don't take it off, that's the very first thing they're going to take off because they will resell them on the secondary market. Make a lot of money.
News 10 in the area had reported several businesses being hit by converter thieves. It's been happening all over the place. It's crazy, Mr. Kendrick said. Thieves can sell the catalytic converters at scrap yards or online for several $100s.
Yeah.
It's not the end of my world to me, but there are people who wake up in the morning and they're not expecting it, and they have no way to go to work. Kendrick is out about $180 and has a few scratches, but is glad he stood his ground. Naked. I don't think he was expecting to get caught, and I don't think he was expecting to get caught by someone naked. And it's N-E-K-E-D, not K-K-I-D.
N-E. Oh, is that how they spelled it?
Yeah, that's how
naked?
they spelled it. Yeah.
N-E-double-K by God, I-D.
You know what? The guy was in his house playing Grand Theft Auto.
Well, you know,
okay, who does it? Sit in the house playing Grand Theft Auto naked. Show your hands.
I play other games.
I don't play Grand Theft Auto.
I don't play Grand Theft Auto. Now, sitting naked, that's another story, you know.
Are you going to be like Ron White going to the dock? It's kind of orange down there. What?
Been eating Cheetos, haven't you?
Yeah, eating Cheetos watching some porn. I don't know. Anyway, I guarantee it wasn't the first one of the night, but I guarantee you that will be his last catalytic converter theft.
Or just check the neighborhood and make sure nobody's naked.
Yeah.
Hey, excuse me, y'all naked in there? Okay, just making sure. I'll be stealing your catalytic converter.
When you come out, I got a sawzall.
I got a sawzall, so watch it.
Well, anyway, we're going to take a pause and shift gears and talk to you about one of our party sponsors, since Thunder Beach is coming up this week.
Yeah.
Starts Wednesday.
Yep.
and it runs through Sunday. So go to thunderbeachproductions.com for all your favorite itinerary, and lucky13pcb.com. They're another venue that's available too.
Yeah.
Thunder Beach. And if you want to look good while you're out riding around, don't forget to go visit our friends at Biker's Edge. It's your place for your riding apparel and accessories. They are conveniently located here in Panama City. You can give Pat a call at 850-624-6206. They have a nice shop in back behind their house, and she doesn't know if they're going to be able to set up their toy hauler yet or not, but they're looking into doing that, so they might be at the Thunder Beach. Bring your military ID up for a 10% discount. Make sure you tell Pat that Rob and Ashley from the Beer Cave sent you her way. Biker's Edge for all your riding apparel and biker needs. And from Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock.
Jared and Christy Owens were so excited for their trip to Las Vegas last weekend. It was business as usual at the Lubbock airport until check-in. At the Southwest Airlines counter, the last thing they expected was to see their dog. They put their little carry-on bag on the scale, and it was like 5 to 5.5 pounds overweight. Really quickly, we are like, we need to rearrange some stuff. Opened it up, and literally, there's our dog coming out of her boot.
She wanted to go along with Mommy and Daddy.
Icky, the family's little tiny chihuahua.
Icky?
Had hidden inside Jared's boot, and Jared says, despite their surprise, burrowing is something they expect from Icky. Icky's a burrower. And now a stowaway.
Yeah.
She's a burrow. That's what she does. She burrows in clothes. She burrows in, obviously, suitcases now.
Yeah, dachshunds are burrowers. I wouldn't imagine that a Chihuahua would be a burrower.
Yeah, Lucy burrows.
Well, she's got dachshund in her. Yeah.
Kathy Cook was an employee at the Southwest counter who helped Jared and Christy, and even offered to watch little Icky while the family was gone. Jared says the Southwest Airlines is lucky to have such a wonderful employee.
Yeah.
They have a lot of heck of employees and good employee. She went above and beyond and never made us feel, like they could have turned us in and saying that we were trying to smuggle a dog to Vegas or something.
Your dog, Icky.
Yeah. It's not like my wife trying to smuggle sand in her carry-on.
Yeah, really.
Jared says they were thankful they were able to find Icky before they had actually boarded the plane. It could have been bad news for Icky.
Yeah.
Could have got to Vegas and found a dead
Icky. That would have been Icky.
Jared and Christy say Icky is okay and is still loving her new suitcase home.
Well, bless Icky. Who names their dog Icky? Why would they name their dog Icky? I mean, you look at a little puppy and go, ooh, Icky. That's a good name. What is It's the ugliest little thing I've seen, Icky. Bless its heart.
Poor Icky in the boot. Now Icky's got a new home, a suitcase in a boot. From Stafford County, Virginia. 3 men who tried to carjack a man by hitting him with a wooden stick outside at Anytime Fitness were forced to flee when the potential victim fought back using his training in mixed martial arts, and one of the suspects didn't know how to drive a manual transmission.
See? That's why I don't mind leaving my keys in my car, because if you think you can drive my car...
A millennial anti-car theft
device. Exactly. What's this third pedal do? Figure it out.
It's a break. Deputies with the Stafford County Sheriff's Office were called to the gym for a disturbance before 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Multiple callers reported 3 men had attacked the man in an attempt to steal his car. The 3 men hit the man several times, but the victim fought back. One of the suspects eventually got a hold of the man's car keys and jumped in the car, but was stymied by the car's manual transmission and had no clue how to drive the car. Eventually, more people inside the gym rushed out to thwart the attempt. All 3 suspects were eventually able to get back to their vehicle and left the scene.
I love stories like that.
So, deputies learned that the suspects were driving a white Acura with Mississippi plates. They were quickly spotted by a deputy who attempted to pull the car over in Garrisonville Road near I-95. Instead of stopping, the suspects took off and headed north. The pursuit reached speeds of 98 miles an hour. The suspects entered the HOV lane, which they can legally do because there's 3 people in the car.
3 people, yeah.
Not at 95 miles an hour.
98, yeah.
Crashing through the barrier arm and then began driving northbound while traffic was headed southbound. They eventually stopped on their own about 2 miles later. No crashes happened and no injuries were reported. The 3 men bailed out, took off on foot in the wooded area between the HOV lanes and the interstate. They were later all apprehended by deputies. Good job. Yay, manual transmissions.
Yes.
Now,
that was a clutch situation. See what I did there?
now, when my kids were learning to drive all those years ago, I made sure of 2 things. That they knew how to drive a manual transmission and they could change a tire.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that was you never know what situation they might ever be in to where they had to drive. And if it was a manual transmission, they could do it and or change a flat tire if they couldn't reach somebody to have AAA or somebody to come out and do that. So I always made sure. I think that's just a lost art nowadays.
It is. And you know, more and more manufacturers are a manual transmission used to be, it would bring the price of your car down
By several
$100.
Yes.
Now it's actually bringing the price of the car up because it's an option that you can get and they're only doing it on certain models now. I think you can get them in certain Mustangs. Of course, the high performance cars like the Ferraris and
They come.
But
my big truck is automatic.
right.
A lot of your over-the-road trucks now are automatic. You just put it in D and go.
So my best advice to you, if you're an aspiring carjacker, is learn to drive a manual transmission.
Go learn. Oh, and R is not for race.
No.
But go ahead and try
Go
that.
ahead and try that, especially if you're sitting in front of a brick wall. Just go ahead.
Go ahead,
All
do
right,
it. Yep,
do it.
yep. A woman who took her professional sex work home during the coronavirus pandemic reportedly has been removed from her United Kingdom public housing amid complaints from the neighbors over her allegedly loud operations.
Hey, you got to make a buck
Hey,
or a pound. In
Miss
her case.
Perry is said to have hosted up to 10 clients at a time in her Manchester home, according to arguments heard by the local magistrate's court, which noted that customers would queue up in cars along the block beginning in the morning while waiting to work with Miss Perry.
Talk about curbside service.
I could just picture this big thing, drive up, pull a number, and it's on the side of our building. Now serving
now serving.
number 2.
Sorry, you'll have to wait your turn.
No cutsies.
Yeah.
Her booming business supposedly caused disruptive noises all hours. Constraints during the COVID-19 had taken the small business owner's work from an established brothel in Manchester City Center back to her suburban home during the period of government-mandated restrictions between November and February.
I call that entrepreneurship. I don't call it.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Hey, she's thinking outside the box.
Exactly.
Shut me down.
That's right. I got to be quarantined. Come on.
Yep. The recently displaced prostitute has since set up a shop in an apartment above a massage therapy clinic in the Blackpool after admitting to charges related to indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, and drug possession.
First of all, I didn't know prostitution was legal in England. I mean,
I'm going to say there's probably certain areas that
certain
it's
areas,
acceptable.
kind of like Vegas here, and you know, in the States. But you said a well established brothel, so apparently there are.
The girl had to pay rent.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even going to go where I'm going in my mind. Sandy Bottoms Beach Resorts. We have had some just a couple weeks ago, or last weekend actually, we just had a lot of rain. This weekend has been absolutely gorgeous. A little humid today, but this whole week has been typical October Panama City Beach weather, where if you are vacationing, or if you had a day off, or just take a day off, call in well. These were the days to go to the beach. They were just absolutely beautiful. No red flags. There were some yellow flags, but there is a little bit of a rip current, so be careful if you are going to the beach, especially today or tomorrow. But anyway, and you don't want the hassle of having to carry everything down to the beach. You don't want to have to tote the chairs. You don't want to have to tote umbrellas. If you have a group of people, I know a lot of friends of mine that take tents down. They got to get there early, set everything up, then everybody comes there, and then when everybody decides to leave, he sticks around and tears everything down. Sandy Bottoms Beach Rentals takes all that stress away. Beach more, stress less. You can call them at 850-319-9648, 850-319-9648. Also find them online, sandypcb.com. What they will do is come in, they will set up everything for you. All sorts of packages, from a couple of chairs and an umbrella to several chairs, a couple of umbrellas, all the way to the tent, and even to a sunset package where they will set up a propane, ashless, smokeless fire pit for you, so you can enjoy one of our beautiful Panama City Beach sunsets, which are absolutely gorgeous. Again, all you got to do is show up, enjoy, leave. They will set up, they will tear down, and you're happy. And they're happy. And once again, sandypcb.com. You can find out all the information there, or give them a call, 850-319-9648. Sandy Bottoms Beach Rentals, and tell them that Rob and Ashley from the Beer Cave sent you.
All right. And I can't go to the beach right now. I'm not allowed to walk on the beach.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Damn it, man.
Like I said, I think we should get some oversized tires on that.
Get those. Get the big old sand tires.
Yeah, those big old sand tires. Yeah.
Then I need a motor.
Hey, more power.
Oh, actually, I'll put a rope on it. You can pull me down there.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, going down's all right. It's coming up. It's
yeah.
uphill.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And now, the stories you're about to hear are true. The names have not been changed, and all persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. It's time for Idiots
in Jail.
This first one from Fall City, Washington is great because Rob fell for it too.
Okay.
I'll tell you that story in a minute.
Okay.
But when I read it, you'll get it.
I know what you're talking about.
A Fall City grocery store fell victim to a man using a counterfeit $100 bill last Tuesday, according to the sheriff's office. At a Fall City grocery store in the 4200 block of Preston Falls City Road, a store clerk said a man used a $100 bill to make a $32.03 purchase of gas, cigarettes, and Laffy Taffy.
Oh, gotta have the Laffy Taffy.
The man received $67.97 in change. Later, upon close examination, the bill said for motion picture copy money across the front of it.
Yeah.
Okay, now, Dee and I had one.
Yeah.
It was on the dining room table. And Rob and I were in the kitchen, and he goes, "You always just leave money laying around?"
I was like, "Yeah, you
here's
leave a $100 bill laying on the counter
every day."
I was like,
"So,
Facebook just go snatch it."
Not really. Go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, so take a good look at it, and I started looking. I was like, "Yeah, for motion picture use only." I'm like, "Oh man."
No, they look real.
They look extremely.
They even got the bar print. It's printed on it. I mean, the paper.
Strip,
The paper's not real, but it says blatantly on it for motion. But a good 20 seconds, 20 feet, you would think.
Oh yeah, you absolutely think it's real, yeah.
According to the Secret Service, prop money has become the most commonly used counterfeit money today. The sheriff office encourages everyone to double check large denominations before accepting them.
Yeah.
Now, we gave one to a grandkid just because it was his birthday, and we gave him a wallet and a gift card, and thought it'd be funny, $100 bill.
Put that $100 bill in there.
Little 6-year-old walking around like a rich man. No word on where that $100 bill went, nor no word on where the gift card or the $25 Visa gift card went.
Well, I got $100 worth of Laffy Taffies coming. I mean, you wonder if this guy actually knew that it was bad too.
He probably did.
Well, he probably did, but like I said,
why else would you buy Laffy Taffy?
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm going to throw him off the scent of a counterfeit bill by buying Laffy Taffies. They'll never suspect me now.
And I want a blow pop. From Lincoln, Nebraska. The Lincoln Police Department arrested a man they say had a homemade explosive device in his pocket.
So do I, most of the time.
Are you glad to see me?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
God. It's Rob at PCBMs.
PC Bums.
Yeah, PCBums at gmail.com. On Friday around 8:30, police stopped a white 1990 Ford F-150. Lincoln, Nebraska Police Department said homeowners in the area had called to report a vehicle was seen driving erratically through the neighborhood. Police say the driver of the truck was 30-year-old Cody Ryan, was wanted for an outstanding felony warrant and was taken into custody. According to the police officers, they found an item in Ryan's pocket that was identified by the fire inspector as an illegal explosive device. Police said the device was homemade and intended to explode upon impact with a hard surface. If the dude tripped and fell, he was also driving on a revoked license. He was arrested for his outstanding warrant in possession of a destructive device and driving while revoked on a second offense. I'm going to say again, what if he fell on the sidewalk? Boom.
Call him one hung low after that.
Dung no hang.
I am now going to join the Vienna Boys Choir.
It's a whole new meaning to bobbits. Got Lorenaed by a device. Ouch. After being found in possession of a pair of glass smoking pipes and a clear crystal substance in a drug packaging, a Missouri man told police that the items were intended for medicinal methamphetamine usage.
As far as I know, there is no medicinal methamphetamine usage.
Matthew Casumo, 46, seems to think so.
Can you get a prescription for methamphetamines?
He might be able to write one, I don't know. Mr. Casamano was stopped around 2:45 Friday by cops, spotting him riding his bicycle without lights. The record checks revealed that he was wanted on a fugitive warrant issued in June after he failed to appear in a Missouri court on felony drug charges. He was taken into custody on the out-of-state warrant, searched him, and found 2 drug pipes and 10.1 grams of a crystal substance that he reported identified as a meth. The sheriff's deputy reported claiming the confiscated items were for medicinal meth usage. Despite that explanation, he was charged with narcotic possession, possession of drug paraphernalia, and he was being held in Pinellas County on those 2 counts, and as well as the Missouri fugitive warrant.
So the trifecta, he basically got.
Yeah,
and then said, yeah, my meth is for medicinal purposes only.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, he probably got his meth from James Kurtz, who actually is not a very good photographer and needs to work on his photo composition. The Missouri man sought this week to sell his catalytic converter via a post on Facebook Marketplace.
May I interject?
Sure.
I am so glad Missouri has taken the focus off of Florida for a week.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Missouri.
It's the new home for meth. In the photo included the boxed auto parts up for sale. What he did not realize was the image showed a large bag of meth and a syringe on the table in the photo's background. After a Facebook user tipped the cops to the photo, investigators on Wednesday searched Mr. Kurtz's residence in Reed Springs outside of Branson and seized the meth, a .38 caliber Taurus pistol, which he's barred from possessing due to a prior felony conviction. During police questioning, Mr. Kurtz said that he was unaware that the meth and syringe were in the Facebook photo. Charged with drug trafficking and unlawful possession of a weapon, Mr. Kurtz is locked up without bond in the Stone County Jail. His rap sheet does include convictions for endangering the welfare of a child, narcotics distribution, property damage, narcotics possession, violation of an order of protection, domestic assault, witness tampering, and resisting arrest. One busy dude.
Yeah.
And selling catalytic converters on the side.
Yeah, that's our second catalytic converter story today. Our second Missouri story. Thank you so much for taking the focus off of Florida. There were a couple things about that particular story, though, that there was toward the middle of it, and then I got distracted thinking about the catalytic converter thing. Oh yes, I remember what it was, because it says here, a large bag of methamphetamine and syringe on a table in the photo's background. Okay, in the military. Now, I was never in a sensitive capacity as far as my job was concerned, but I had to go into areas that were top secret.
Yes, sensitive secure.
Sensitive secure. And there is a term that they use when they have to bring in somebody who is not cleared to be in that particular area. It's called sanitize your situation. So, if you're going to take a Facebook photo, sanitize your situation. Remove all the implicating paraphernalia from the background so that nobody sees it. Just a word of advice to all you meth heads that want to take Facebook photos, sanitize your situation. That's all.
That's
You're
hilarious.
welcome.
That's hilarious. Well, that's about all I got from my side of the table today. And again, thanks for kind of bearing with us going from a Friday to a Saturday. We should be back on schedule next week, since now I don't have a schedule for the next 4 weeks.
I should be off on Friday again. Yeah, you're off because of medical leave.
I'm out on medical disability, short-term medical disability.
And I'll be working nights. Well, except for Monday. Monday I'll work a day shift, but then I'll be working nights at Dick's Sporting Goods. So come by, Pier Park North, say hi. I'll be in the golf section, and
I'll show you a
love to
putter.
see you. Yeah, I'll show you my putter.
No, you won't.
Have a great weekend, and as always, I forgot to say this last week, but as always, thank you for just allowing us to be us.
That's right.
It's not easy being us.
It can be difficult at times.
And happy birthday, 60, to this guy right here.
And
Enjoy it.
I will tell you, so far I've had a good day. My morning started off with, I like watching MeTV.
Yeah.
And on Saturday morning, starting at 6.
Cartoons. You're a cartoon man.
I tell you what, they start with the old black and white classic Popeye cartoons,
Mm-hmm.
and then they progress on up to Inspector Clouseau, Pink Panther,
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner, Willie Coyote.
Yeah, it's like our Saturday mornings when we were kids.
And
Yeah.
Normally my wife is at a job on Saturday mornings until about 1, but she took today off, but she's out running errands. I was going to have her as a guest spot on the show today, and She said, "Wow, look at the time I got a thing."
Yeah.
So the dogs and I watched cartoons while I was setting the studio up, and it's been a great day. It's been a lot of fun. So I'm having a good. And birthday wishes are coming in from across the nation as we speak.
Well, I'm not going to let any cats out of the bag, but I do know what's up inside of it. So, you're going to enjoy
I'm
it.
sure I will enjoy it.
I did hear it through the grapevine.
Okay. Well, I haven't, so I'm looking forward to it.
I wish I could make it. I really wish I could.
I know, but I don't know what's going to happen. I just know my wife said, she asked me twice yesterday, now how long is the podcast going to take? I said, well, about an hour. And it takes me about a little bit of time, but I can start multitasking. So once we get done, and I'll be ready to go, and you just tell me,
what time to be where, and I will be there.
Actually, it's called AIS around here. Ass in seat.
Oh, yeah.
That means your ass is in the seat in the car because we're leaving.
At this point, yeah.
So I don't know what the AIS time is. I'll be told that here in a little while.
Well, we should wrap it up because we've gone a little over an hour and a half. So
anyway, tips are appreciated via Venmo, Beach Bums, or at Beach Bums Media, the Cash App, $ Beach Bums Media, if you would like to send something our way. For those of you that have, thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to Google us, Beach Bums Media, or In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley. Be sure to like us, give us thumbs up, and like I said earlier, don't be afraid to share any of our links that you see on our YouTube page or Facebook. And also, if you would like to become a sponsoring partner, call us 850-588-9275 or email beachbumsmedia@gmail.com.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks.
Have a great week.
Appreciate it, y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all's day, okay? I know I'm going to. See ya.
Bye-bye.